As a student of communication studies, one is uniquely positioned to describe the potential for effective communication. To do so, however, one must have a basic understanding of the communication process and of the communication theory functions and how they work in our life. An individual needs to be able to talk effectively. For instance, how can you talk to the number of different types of people that you encounter on a daily basis? Think about your teachers, think about your friends, your family members. You possibly encounter your ministers, salespeople, healthcare providers. One needs to understand the whys and hows of how we engage in conversations with one another. Communication is a social process in which individuals employ symbols to establish and interpret meaning in their environment. Communication is intentional, it's interactional, as well as transactional. In this module, we look at the value of understanding communication theory. This value is closely linked and tied to understanding communication theory and how it cultivates critical thinking skills. As you read in this module and reflect on the theories that we will explore, think about how do these issues relate to your everyday communication encounters. Secondly, understanding communication theory helps you to recognize the breadth as well as depth of research that we engage in. In addition to fostering these critical thinking skills, being a student of communication theory will help appreciate the richness of research across the variety of different fields. Third, understanding communication theory helps to make sense of your personal life experiences. Com theory aids one in understanding people, media, and events, and it helps you to answer those important questions. In this course, we'll look at muted group theory, and it helps us to understand why men and women speak differently to each other. We'll look at cultivation theory, which explains how media gravely influences society. We'll look at expectancy violations theory, which explains how and why one reacts to the nonverbal behaviors of others. This class will really help you to understand those everyday interactions. Fourth, communication theory fosters self-awareness. Learning about theory helps develop critical thinking skills. It informs you about the various research across the field. It aids you in understanding the world around you. And it's likely to be most important to understanding your ideal self. We'll get into talking about social penetration theory, which helps people consider the value of self-disclosing in their relationships. In this course, and in particular in this module, you will have a variety of opportunities to understand the way in which we live in the world.